First practice is coming up on Friday, so you've got to be anxious to get things going.
Well, we are. We're eager to get going, and this is a great time of year for our guys, and because they think the hard work is behind them. They think the boot camps and the preseason workouts, all the summer workouts, it comes down to this. So October 15th is our first day, so we're excited about that.
Today was our local annual media day here at Southeast, but you were able to preview this year's team a little bit. But for those that may not know, can you talk about the players this year?
Yeah, I think the first thing that you'll see different with our team versus last year is that depth. Just one word, depth. We're able to finally fill a complete team. We have some good depth on our team, and hopefully we'll have a little luck with injuries and not have any. But I think you got to start with Leon Powell, an all-conference player, that the number one player in the country in terms of field goal percentage, and they just don't give that award away. You have to earn that. I've been very proud of Leon, both on and off the floor, has been a tremendous foundation guy for us and our program. So I'm looking for him to have a big year. I think you look at the other seniors with him. Zach House had some good minutes last year. You look at Marcus Brister, I felt like got better and better as the season went on. And then Logan Nutt will round out these seniors, 4 seniors. Then we had 4 guys sitting out, Tyler Stone, Michael Porter, Nick Nemchek. Those are the guys that I feel like that'll be impacts to our team. Then you look at guys that are returning from last year. I thought Lucas Nutt had an outstanding year last year. Marlon didn't quite have the shooting year, but he has proven to be a 4-year starter for us, and he's certainly finishing second year, starting his third year, and most likely will be a starter for us. Just to name a few of the guys. New guys coming in, freshman Nino Johnson, out of White Station, Memphis, Tennessee, is really an outstanding player. You're going to look at him and you're going to say, wow, that's a big Division I body, big 6'8", long arms. And if we had to start tonight, he'd probably be one of our starters. He's that athletic. He's that far along as a freshman. So that's exciting. Telvin Wilkerson, another freshman, that's good for us. Also, Coy Wilford, I didn't talk about today at the luncheon, but here's a guy that's the most valuable player in his league out in Oklahoma Junior College. So, we feel like we've added. We feel like we've really had 2 years of good recruiting. So we're excited about our team, and we're just waiting to get started.
Now you mentioned, Leon Powell has been the guy you've built this program around your first 2 years here. Now he's got a lot of help going into this year. So, it's going to be nice to see, Tyler Stone in the mix. And the front line is just same thing with Michael Porter and some of the other guys. But the front line is just long, size-wise. You've got a lot of size there, and how do you think that that's going to play to your advantage this year?
I think that you'll finally be able to exemplify some defense. I really believe that we've preached it and harped on it for 2 years, but now you have better depth. You have longer guys. These guys are long, they're athletic, they're big, and they're tall. We hadn't even mentioned Waylon Jones is probably one of our most improved guys, 6'9", shot blocker. These guys are going to be able to present a lot of problems. I feel like I really predict that we could be a good defensive team with a lot of hard work, paying attention to detail. I really feel like that we'll be able to stop some people. Now, time will tell, but we're certainly going into the season with that notion. We really feel like we can be a good defensive team.
And then you've got a pretty tough schedule again this year, and I know that you always like to schedule that way, and especially now that, as you mentioned, that you have a lot of depth, you're going to probably schedule, like you have this season going on. But, talk about the schedule a little bit, and then talk about the conference schedule, too, with SIU Edwardsville now being eligible.
Well, I think, number one, it is a tough schedule, but it's one that we designed, and I designed, and I feel like that we're ready for that. I feel like we're ready for that challenge because here's the thing. If you play a tough schedule like that, we're trying to improve our RPI, and we need to move up in the RPI. And the only way to do that is to play good teams and beat good teams. Now, however, we would naturally like to play them all at home. But we got a chance to make some noise in this schedule. We know it's going to be a tough challenge for us. We know going to Missouri is tough. Going to Oregon, Bradley, and some of those guys, Arkansas State, they're all good basketball teams. But still, we feel like we are too. And I think if we can survive early on in non-conference play, I think it'll just get us ready for conference play. And I feel like with SIU Edwardsville coming into our league, and then you look for a year from now, you have Belmont coming into our league, I think it just enhances our conference play. And so we're excited about that. We just want to make sure that we're up there contending for that title year in and year out, and that's where we want to go.
Thank you for your time, Coach, and good luck this season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Basketball coach Ty Morgenthaler. And Coach, Obviously, it's a little bit early, but what have you seen? How's practice been going so far?
At this time, I'm really excited, actually. We just finished our seventh practice this afternoon, and our kids are working extremely hard. And the biggest thing that we're trying to do is just establish a true program. And really, we're putting in a new offensive system, a new defensive system. But I tell you now, at this point, they're learning, their willingness to get better is outstanding. And as a coach and a coaching staff, that's all I can ask for on a daily basis. And they're bringing it.
Now, obviously, it's only been a couple of weeks into practice, but could you maybe mention a couple of players who, in your mind, have kind of stood out to you so far?
A couple of players that stand out right now, Katie Norman, she's just showing great leadership and, she's bringing on a daily basis. And the thing I love about Katie, she really works extremely hard on the defensive end. And it's also with her long arms, she really is a tremendous defender. And also on the offensive end, she can knock down the open shot. She's definitely been someone that's been really consistent. Brittany Errol, one of our post players, is doing a phenomenal job too, because we're kind of changing a little bit of her game. We're making her a little bit more of a perimeter player. She's got great skill out there, but we want her to be versatile so she can be on the perimeter and also on the block, and she's adjusted that pretty well. Another girl that's just blue collar that just brings it on a daily basis is Courtney Sheffer. I just think that she's her work ethic is tremendous, and if we can just continue to follow her, great things are to come this way.
Good luck.
All right, thank you, sir.
Southeast Missouri held its annual Basketball Media Day Tuesday at the Show Me Center. Head coaches Ty Margenthaler and Dickie Nutt and selected student-athletes shared their thoughts about the upcoming season. Student-athletes and coaches then addressed the media later in the afternoon. The Southeast women's team returns 5 starters from last season. The men's program will sport a full 13-team roster for the first time under Coach Nutt. The Redhawks women's team has been practicing since October 2nd, while the men hold their first official practice on Friday, October 14th at the Show Me Center. That practice is scheduled for 5 p.m. and is open to the public. Both teams will be in action at the Show Me Center on November 7th in exhibition play. The women will host Harris Stowe at 5:30 p.m. with the men taking on Harding University at 7:30 p.m. Both teams will open their respective season on November 11th. The women will head to North Carolina State at 11 a.m., and the men will face in-state rival Missouri in a 7 o'clock tip-off. For more information on the Redhawk men's and women's basketball programs, visit GoSoutheast.com.